Okay folks, today we're going to be just recapping on the mask mode, or editing in the mask mode. What this allows us to do is use a kind of brush technique to select a specific area of an image. So if I start off by open up the lipstick image. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom in slightly to make the image a wee bit bigger. And to turn on the mask mode, you'll find this icon down at the bottom of the screen, or the bottom of your toolbar rather. If your toolbar's like that, you're still going to find it at the bottom. Now, I select that, colours automatically default for is black, being the foreground colour. So what I'm going to do now is select the brush, and here I can adjust the size of my brush and also the hardness. Now, depending on how far you've zoomed in and also the resolution of the image, you may be better having the hardness down on your brush to give you a bit more of a feathered edge. Opacity is set up at 100%, as is the flow. So what I'm going to do is just start painting the area of the lipstick. And the purpose of this task is for me to be able to select the lipstick here, and then I'm going to apply an adjustment layer which will allow me to colour it. Obviously that's been a black and white photograph. It's just going to affect the area that I've selected. So I'm just being as careful as I can to make sure I'm sticking to the inside of the lipstick and I'm not going out. Now, if you were to actually make a mistake, and I'll maybe deliberately do that by pulling out over here, you can easily just switch over to your rubber, set it up the same way as a brush, and remove what you don't want. Okay, so if I now come back out, you'll see that I've got this area selected, and I'm now going to turn off the mask mode. Now, when you're in the mask mode, you'll see it painting as red. That's just the default, okay? That's to give you an idea of what it is you've selected. When we come out, you'll see these marching ants, which we're used to seeing when we have a selected area. Now, if I was continued to zoom in here, it would look to me that I have the area of the lipstick selected. If I zoom out, you'll notice that there's also a perimeter going around the outside of the image. Now, what that means is this area here is the area that's selected, which is not what I want. I want to have it so that it's inside of the lipstick. So what we can do is go up the top here to select and invert the selection, and then you'll notice rather that it flips to the inside, which is what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's just another method. So it's similar to using the selection tools that we were doing before. You could use the selection tools the same way, it's just another way of being able to do it. Some people prefer using the painting technique and also having that colour that the mask, the quick mask mode provides. It helps you in some cases to see what it is that you have selected. Okay, now from that, what we're going to do is we're going to colour this area, and in order to do that we need to create an adjustment layer from this selection. So I'm going to select hue and saturation, and you'll notice that what it's done is it's created this new layer with this area being the mask. The area that's been affected is this white area here, which is referring to the lipstick, and the black area has been masked off, so it's not affecting the rest of the image. This is representative of the dimensions of the image that we're looking at the screen. So that white area is referring to the lipstick, as you can see. Now, what we're going to do here at this point is click on Colorize, and if I start playing about with some of these sliders, pulling the saturation up, you'll notice that the colour starts coming through, and I can adjust the hue to find the colour that I'm looking for. Don't really want to play about with the lightness, but because we're doing that, I'm adding white up, or dark, or black. I'm going to kind of keep that where it was, so it fits in with the rest of the lightness of the image. I'll just type in 0. And once I'm happy with that, I can just close the adjustment layer and zoom out. Now at any time if I want to change that, I can double click on this icon and it brings it up. Now what I can do is go back to my background layer, select the mask, select my brush, and then start painting once again. And in this case, I'm just going to very quickly do this. Really zoom in when you're doing this just to make sure you're completely accurate, but just for the case of an example, what I'm going to do is just turn off the mask mode, see the area selected, remember to zoom out just to double check. Yep, I'm going to have to invert that, so I'll invert it. So just get the lips, and what I'm going to do is generate a new hue saturation layer, which will give me a mask, and this time we'll be colouring the lips, as you can see. Right, it's important, if not at this stage beforehand, to name each layer as they're coming through. So I would name this lipstick, and this layer lips. Okay. Now, if I really wanted to, I could continue and do the full image, and before you know it, I would have a black and white image brought to colour. But in saying that, this technique can sometimes just be used for the effect of selecting a specific area and affecting it using an adjustment layer. This example obviously using colour, but you can apply any adjustment layer or any adjustments to whatever selection you have and generate a mask, which will then just sit on top of your image and can always be hidden if required.